Hello everybody, my name is Chris and welcome to another Marvel Disney Plus show review. This one is for Echo. So I've now watched the entire show and I got a lot of thoughts on this show. So I'm going to be keeping like a spoiler free for the majority of this video, just to give you an idea of what I thought work and didn't work in the show, and then towards the end I'm going to get into spoilers and the finale and the post-credit scene, because there is one post-credit scene at the end of the show. Now I'm still very much an MCU enjoyer. While I'm fully aware of the dipping quality that the MCU has been through the past couple of years, it has not been nearly as bad to where I'm jumping off the ship. There's still projects I'm excited for in the future, and even when they release a kind of a me or okay movie, there are enough redeeming qualities in there where I don't think they're completely fallen off, but still totally understand a lot of the complaints that have been happening with the MCU. And one of the biggest complaints I have is these Disney Plus shows, because I'm about to be fully on the dark side here with those. If Disney Plus show, it's just there are so many of them. And if Kevin Feige came out tomorrow and said, yeah, we're not doing any more of these Disney Plus show and we're sticking to the movies, I'll be jumping up and down, kind of a cheery. And it was a fun experiment, and I get why you had to do it in the age of streaming, but the content has just gotten so overloaded, it's no longer that fun to keep up with. It feels a lot more like homework, and now we get into the point where really lesser known characters that show up in a random Disney Plus show are getting their own show, and it feels like you're just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. Now, episode 1 of Echo, I really like that episode, and it's very much treated like a recap of the Maya character, everything she went through in Hawkeye. So if you someone that's like, I didn't watch a Hawkeye and I don't know if I want to sit to that show just to get to Echo, which has become the pattern with Marvel. You have to watch this to watch that, then to be able to watch this. So episode 1 will completely recap for the most part the most important moments of Hawkeye involving Maya, and fill in the gaps, very important gaps. There are context to her character that made me enjoy her a lot more. It's a tragic backstory, and you get now the hatred she had for Kingpin. Even some of her ability and fight scenes are really cool. And okay, Marvel, you are cooking here. And throughout the course of the show, there was a lot of redeeming qualities that made it stand above the average Marvel Disney Plus show. Like, for one, the action scenes, phenomenal. If you saw the trailer, you were going to get a bunch of that awesome, sweet Netflix Daredevil type of action. It's hand-to-hand combat that isn't just shot with a cheeky camera, and it's well choreographed, and it's long, no cutscenes, and not only is it beautiful, but they do some artistic things with Maya being a deaf character, when you're not just watching her fight, but you're feeling her POV goes into complete silence. And the way she examines a room and not being able to hear anything, and all that, I thought it was handled really well. Now, in the trailer, they did give away Daredevil is someone showing up in this show, and why I caution you, don't be expecting a lot of Daredevil in here. The one scene you do get of Daredevil with Maya, sweet, beautiful fight. You can definitely see the Disney Plus budget and them utilizing more Daredevil's acrobatic abilities, using more of his weapons. That was kind of a rarity in the Netflix show. Like really awesome stuff. The bloody tone and in here, and also it made it feel refreshing. I mean, well, we're dealing with a lot of PG-13 rating, and when you have this TVMA rating in an NCU show, with violence, which is fun and good, but like you once in a while you just want to see like blood spitting out of people's mouths, brains getting shot out, and they do that here, and that's some of the things that really help this show, some of the positive things, and overall it just adds for a new flavor, and it's just nice to get something a little different than we used to with the NCU. Now, praising some of the supporting cast members that we get in here, while Alaka Cos obviously does a fantastic job. I was actually surprised to find out she was deaf and an actual amputee, and only made me respect her more for some of the stunts she was pulling on this show. But for her supporting characters, there was also some really good ones. There is a character by the name of Biscuits who who is really funny, and you have one named Henry. There I also thought it was a good addition. Graham Greene, who plays like the grandpa, and named Scully. They have their moments throughout the show, and I don't mind seeing him pop out. But they but here's where I start to get kind of a miss on the show. There's some things where I'm like, I just don't know if that worked exactly the way they wanted to. So throughout the trailers, the way they were promoting this, it made it really feel like it was a street crime thriller. The crime of the NCU, and we Kingpin and Maya and Gangster and things like that. But there's a whole other section of this show that completely hid from the marketing, or maybe they didn't, and I wasn't paying attention. But the first 5 minutes of Echo, I had to like check out on my TV control, like, this is actually Echo, what is going on here? Because this did not feel like the straight crime thriller I was promised. And there's a real element in here where the NCU is filling gaps and showing you a part of history in the NCU that is like the equivalent for what they have done with, the Hispanics and the Atlanteans culture, black people when it came to Wakanda. And this show gives a mythological origin for Native Americans, or at least some group of Native Americans in here, and part of it worked for me and part of it didn't. For one, like, it's really cool that Marvel continues to do this and shine on cultures and teacher. I always find that interesting, and not just always going to root for whenever like it's like, oh, they turn Mexicans into Atlanteans, let's go. It's cool when so many other cultures get represented as well, but the way it was mixed in with this street crime trailer, and this random flashback that involved like a mythological supernatural origin, it was just not mixing well with the tone of the show, and it felt very out of place at times, and like it could have been edited better, or maybe there were like elements of the story that they wanted to flesh out, but since they brought it down to 5 episodes, no time for that. And with that being kind of a heart of the story of Echo, I just wasn't that drawn to the overall story. And even the crime element involving Kingpin, even some of that stuff got a little tedious and boring, and not exciting. And not, it just it really hurts the show. And the MCU is underutilizing the crap out of Kingpin. And it's just a shame that Marvel isn't fully utilizing Vincent D'Onofrio, who I love as Kingpin, other than making him do a couple of comic accurate stories. Cause this show has flashback of Hawkeye where he's just wearing that ridiculous white suit with the Hawaiian jersey, and the Kingpin you getting now in Echo, that guy will never wear that suit from Hawkeye, but it was comic accurate, so it's cool, right? And then, oh, we did that storyline where he gets shot and survives and he has the eye patch, so that's cool, right? And it just copying comic storylines without any substance there, and even the way they start using him by the finale, oh, it was just getting really embarrassing, man. Now let's get into spoilers. Now you might have seen by now the Marvel and Kevin Feige, they finally made up their minds, and they're realizing that the Netflix TV shows, those are now officially canon to the MCU, and they added it to the Disney Plus timeline, and Echo confirms of that. Throughout the course of this show here, you see the relationship between Kingpin and Maya as like this mess of father and daughter thing, and Kingpin reveals his backstory to her. He's like, I killed my father cause he was beating my mother, and he is the hammer. And I'm sorry, that was a bad impression of a Kingpin. And and that that was nice, and they threw that in there, and I think it was kind of funny but cool at the same time. The Kingpin had these contact lenses, the sign language for him, Maya Weston, and so when he's talking to her, and he starts singing like and I was like, that would be a really good tech to have. But even Maya uses that against him, and it's like, if you really want to be my father and you actually love me, you have taken the effort to learn sign language instead of this technology crap. And I was like, damn, Maya, hit him with it. But I was just not feeling all the constant flashback to like this alien race that maybe turn into Native Americans. They weren't completely clear on that, and even the way they go about it, trying to give Echo her superpowers, they didn't go with what I believe her comics traditional superpowers are. Her name is Echo because she's able to mimic your fighting style. At least that's what I remember from my research of the character. That's what she is called, Echo. I'm assuming that's too similar to Taskmaster, so they just gave her a glowing strong arms, basically two Iron Face, and just her. It's not just her, it's anybody who has the blood of her tribe, mainly the females. So you get to the finale where Wilson Fisk has hostage her sister and grandma then put out her iron fist and start punching the henchman of Wilson Fisk. Honestly, not a big fan of those powers, just because also it just manifests out of nowhere and it feels extremely random, and the superhero costume they gave Maya just does not seem to fit her. And I get that involves like her tribe and her culture, but this type of Maya feels like she would fit more like with the comic version of the Echo. So, and this comes to the point where she uses her Echo powers of being able to relieve a childhood trauma. She takes Wilson Fisk in his mind back to his memory when he was about to kill his dad. And I love Vincent D'Onofrio, great actor, but this scene did not beat the allegations that Kingpin is just a giant bald baby. And I get what they were trying to go for here. Maya no longer wanting to kill Kingpin and putting that kind of violence behind her, but there was nothing satisfying about this interaction. Honestly, Kingpin was confused to why it was happening, and he doesn't learn a lesson from it. He obviously can go good from it, and he can die because Kingpin is essential to what they want to do in the Daredevil series. So you just left with this like really rushed and random finale where Kingpin is like, oh, what did you do to my mind? And getting out of here. You win, Maya. And that's the finale. Literally, Kingpin just leaves after that, and Maya again reunites with her family and lives with them. It was just so unsatisfying because we have a universe to take care of and we have storylines to fulfill. Echo could have maybe have been something, but at the end it just feels like, to me, like a character that didn't need to have their own Disney Plus show or the story told. And we get to the post-credit scene where Kingpin is in his private jet heading back to New York away from Oklahoma, and then the TV in the plane is playing like a debate from New York where they're going, man, we have no real good mayors now, and it's like anybody could be mayor right now. If there's only one candidate that could be mayor of New York, they might end up being mayor of New York. And I'm not kidding, that's literally as basic as they put it out in the post-credit scene. It was basically saying Kingpin run for mayor, and that's what he's going to do. Kingpin is running for mayor. That's something we have heard that has been in the works, and it's a large story point in the Daredevil show, and it's even said that it'll be a big plot point for Spider-Man 4, and he's going to outlaw vigilantes and superheroes in New York, making it difficult for Daredevil and Spider-Man to do anything there, which I'm excited for. But when it all came down to it, this was just another okay Disney Plus show. It's not the worst MCU Disney Plus show, but it's just it didn't I feel it didn't make the existence of this show that you have to see this character and this story like it wasn't satisfying. Like this could have been another thing, and I think that is hurting Marvel, just picking some lesser known characters and giving their own Disney Plus show, because I think most of the people are really interested in Kingpin with Daredevil and Spider-Man, and this show feels like, okay, we're still working on the Spider-Man 4 and the Daredevil show, but in the meantime, here's Echo. So you get a little bit of Daredevil, a little bit of Kingpin, and in order you to wait for the real thing that the people are excited about, like the Daredevil TV show and Spider-Man 4. It feels like that. So, but that's my review for the Echo show. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, consider subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.